Hi, this is Will Brown. I'm an associate professor at the Bush School of Government and Public Service, and I want to talk just a little bit about what it means to be a coach or a mentor, especially as it relates to our Emerging Leaders program. And we know there's a number of ways that individuals become more effective managers and leaders in their organizations. Probably the most common and in many ways the most effective is on-the-job experience as individuals gain competencies and skills in areas where they do their work. They can continue to sort of move into new areas, and those on-the-job experiences are fundamental. But of course, there's a role for formal workshops like the Emerging Leaders programs, training programs, those kinds of things. But also role plays and practice are important features of what it means to become more competent. But what I want to chat and emphasize here is the importance of reflection, especially one-on-one interactions with somebody who might be called a coach or a mentor. So thinking a little bit about what is that, right? What do we mean? We use these terms sometimes even interchangeably. What does it mean to be a mentor? What does it mean to be a coach? Many individuals serve also as a supervisor for some of these folks, thinking a little bit about what it means to be able to be an advocate as well. And so I'm just going to kind of go through some thoughts in reference to what it means to be a mentor. Mentors tend to be individuals who have a lot of experience, so they're significant knowledge or expertise in the area or the field that somebody is doing a lot of work. Mentors are also curious or attentive to professional development of these individuals. Mentors can oftentimes serve as models or can serve as a frame of reference by which individuals can think about, okay, this is how I want to try and behave. I want to be more like the mentor in particular kinds of ways. And the mentor oftentimes offers sort of an unbiased perspective or wisdom from what they've seen. And some of the benefits include sort of, avoiding mistakes or steering clear of pitfalls. And looking at those individuals and trying to figure out how is it that they've been successful and what is it that they do. Coaching's a little different. Coaching is sort of, as this picture illustrates here, coming in alongside, and how is it that individuals sort of reflect or interact in such a way as to be able to help people be more effective. So reacting to particular performance instances and then reflecting through those, oftentimes and not necessarily in a directive kind of way, but more in a reflective, questioning kind of way, so that individuals can get a better sense of how they're functioning and how they might change their behavior. Common areas, both personal and professional, we think about coaching and those kinds of things. Oftentimes helps us identify priorities or areas where we need to attend to in particular for us at a particular point in our career, and really is based a lot on questioning and reflecting and thinking about particular behaviors and thinking about alternatives to perhaps unsuccessful behaviors or alternatives to particular situations, and helping individuals imagine how they might modify or adjust their behavior. And again, it's not as much as providing directive information as it is in providing some suggestions and thinking through alternatives. As supervisors, there's a number of things that we are responsible for, obviously, and the professional development of those who are working with us is just one of the areas that's of concern to us. But I want to sort of talk a little bit about how is it that supervisors can perform both a little bit of a role, a blended role, as both a mentor and as a coach and as an advocate, in reference to thinking about all the different elements about how you make the most out of those who are in your organization. It's pretty clear that one of the most expensive and most valuable resources that we have in our organization is our people. And so as supervisors, we do need to become more effective at both thinking about being a mentor, how do we provide advice and guidance, and how do we help people understand the field and become more competent in their field areas, but also that we serve as coaches that help them to reflect and react to particular behavior instances and to begin to imagine how they might modify behavior in particular ways to be more capable. But we also serve as advocates to be able able to help identify development opportunities for individuals so that they can have that on-the-job learning experience that they're looking for. Sometimes we call this job enrichment. So we figure out ways to be able to help them stretch themselves just a little bit so that they can move into new areas and acquire new skills. So by having conversations with individuals, you begin to have an opportunity to think about, well, what is it that they want to try and do? Where do they want to see themselves moving? And how is it that I, as a supervisor, can both provide some advice or guidance to help them move in that direction, thinking about what weaknesses and strengths that you might see in their behavior and coaching them in particular kinds of ways, but really facilitating reflection and conversation so that they have an opportunity to think about what they're doing and how they might be more effective, especially toward particular personal development goals that they have. Very specific conversations related to the Emerging Leaders Program. We can ask them about their individual leadership development plan. What are their goals? What are the things that seem to be important? You might even have some suggestions about how they could improve in certain skill areas or in different competencies they are saying that are important to them. Asking about strengths and thinking about strengths of them and of others in the office is a really useful strategy as well, but actively thinking about and identifying learning opportunities and opportunities for individuals to step into those roles can be quite an effective way as supervisors and function as mentors and as coaches for them.